Okay, so I'm just going to have a look here. So at 2012, and just if we look here, it's question 11C, and the one that we're looking at is Premier Pericles. So it's part A, and it is part I of part A. So reading the question, so Premier Pericles and Drogheda and U materials are examples of industrial facilities that produce magnesium oxide, and you're asked to write the balanced equations to describe the last two stages of the process. Okay, so the last two stages, firstly we have our calcium carbonate, okay, and that calcium carbonate is split into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Okay. After that, then we add in water. So that gives me calcium hydroxide or slaked lime. Okay. And then to that, and this is the second last stage, so this is the first we're looking for, is my purified seawater. And my purified seawater contains magnesium chloride. I'm adding that to the calcium hydroxide that I have, and I produce magnesium hydroxide and calcium chloride. Okay, the magnesium hydroxide then is allowed to settle, and when it settles into magnesium oxide at the bottom, and the water then is kind of a fluid at the top, and obviously then we put that into a furnace in order to isolate my MgO. So they are my two balanced equations there. Next question then, you're asked, what is the major industrial use of the oxide produced? It is a refractory block used to line furnaces. Okay, so it is a high resistant temperature material. Identify the substance whose concentration is higher in the seawater effluent than in the seawater feedstock. So the feedstock is the raw material I initially use. The effluent is what's in the seawater after it has been used. And if we look here, what's going to be higher is what is produced. Okay, so what is produced is my calcium chloride. Okay, remember this is my feedstock. Okay, so what effluent is produced? The calcium chloride. And you are asked, state one measure taken by these companies to avoid ecological damage to their surroundings. So I've put this in the notes already. Probably the biggest thing that they use is that they produce or use electrostatic precipitators. Okay. And in that way, they gather up the dust. And when they gather up the dust, it prevents them from being emitted into the atmosphere.